Good day, good people. This is Sonia, and I'm here in my kingdom on my deck. You can probably hear the birds, and sitting out here as I normally do with nature. And a hummingbird came to visit, um, fluttered there in front of me just quick enough for me to see it. Just as quick as it came in and just as quietly as it came in, it left. Almost like magic. It just disappeared. And I knew that the hummingbird was here for a reason. Animals, spirit, nature will show itself, will show us signs when we are ready to see them, when we slow down enough to see them. And so I reflected on the hummingbird to see what the message was that the hummingbird wanted to bring today, because I knew that there was one. And as I started journaling, it came out. Spirit spoke. Source spoke to me of what I needed to know and what I was supposed to share. So I wrote my notes down, and I'll be referring to my bullets because I want to make sure that I express this in the way that that I received it. And so just to talk a little bit about hummingbirds first and the spirit of the hummingbird. I think there's two sides of the hummingbird, just like there's two sides to everything. There's two sides to us. So the hummingbird can spiritually mean joy. It could mean resiliency, right? And that's what people tend to look at the hummingbird for. It's a message of hope, or even a message of a loved one that may be present. But there is also another side to the hummingbird that we typically don't talk about or recognize, even because the size of the hummingbird. And the hummingbird is the smallest bird in the world. And I'm going to say this, do not let the size fool you, because with it being the smallest bird in the world, it is also the fastest bird in the world. And it can do things that no other bird can do, such as fly backwards. It can fly in all directions, upside down, and it can hover for a long time in one space, which is something that other birds cannot do. So the size of the bird, the size of the hummingbird, is not a direct reflection of its capability, because the hummingbird is also aggressive. It's territorial, right? Because it protects its territory. And one other thing about the hummingbird is that it remembers where it was fed, right? So places where people have left its sugar water. It remembers those places, and it goes back to those places looking for food again. So its inquisitive nature is what causes it to hover and to check things out, right, that may be a threat to it. So the reminder and the lesson that comes from the hummingbird is, number one, regarding presence, having mindfulness, and also consciousness, right? To buzz around and check out people, to check out places, to check out opportunities. That's also called discernment. Having discernment for things before jumping in, to check it out, to make sure that it's good for you, to be curious, to ask questions, to be inquisitive. Because when we're inquisitive, we get the answers that we're looking for. To not just take things as they are presented to you, but to know that it's okay to ask questions, to gain clarification, because that is what questions are for. the forest to gain clarification. Another lesson from the hummingbird is to know your worth. Because the size and status doesn't matter, just as the size of the hummingbird, with it being the smallest bird, it still knows its worth. It's not afraid to be bold. It's not afraid to be seen. It's not afraid to flutter in front of your face to check you out, to see if you are a threat to it, to its environment. If you are in its space where it has claimed its territory, it's gonna flutter to check you out. Right? So don't be afraid to stand or to flutter firmly. No matter how big the opposition is, you are strong, you are resilient, you are unique, and you are mighty, just like the hummingbird. And another lesson from the hummingbird is about shadow and light. As I said before, that some only see the light side, the fluffy side, right? The mystical side of the hummingbird, that the meaning behind it, not paying attention to the other side, because there is the other side. So the message is to pay attention to both sides of situations, and to both sides of yourself, because again, we are also shadow and light. We are darkness and we are light. The negative qualities that may be there, what might be called negative, right, can also be turned into something that's good. So what might be seen as one person as aggression, maybe it's assertiveness. Maybe it's someone finally asserting their voice and speaking for themselves. But it may look like it's aggression because it's not something that's used to be seen. Right? It's new. And when we start showing a different side that people aren't used to seeing, it can look foreign. It can look brand new. It can look even a little fearful. And honestly, people are afraid of things that they're not used to. Fear kicks in. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that it's a signal to pay attention to. So it's all about perspective, how we choose to look at things. So the last piece and the last message from the hummingbird is go where you're fed. Check energy. Check the energy of the spaces where you enter. Check the energy of the spaces of the people that you associate with, that you commune with, that are in your groups. Does their energy match yours? Are you still in spaces maybe where your energy has outgrown? Check the energy. Be curious. Be inquisitive. Don't be afraid to be assertive and to ask questions when you desire and need clarity. So that is all the message that I have today from the hummingbird. I hope that this is something that will nourish you. I hope that you found value in something. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm delivering it because I was led and told that I needed to. So if you would like to be in touch, my information is in the bio and in the description. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Until next time. Peace.